Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to another special episode. Keeping up with Kent. I got my guy Nate here. He's the owner of Big Boys. We're doing something special today. This is your Hot Ones edition. Nate's got a new hot sauce out. So, Nate, hey, thanks for coming through today. Can
Oh
you
man,
tell us
anytime.
a little bit about your food truck, your restaurant,
Yeah,
and
definitely.
yeah,
So we started our food truck back in 2011. And then from there we just kind of grew more and more. It all started with a pundi salt sandwich. That's what we started making.
nice.
It was like a chicken sandwich that my wife made, and then she made me taste it, and I was like, "Oh man, we got some here." And so from there, all these ideas came, like burritos, rice bowls, all that stuff, and then we opened up our restaurant in 2016, and we're still running the truck, mainly the truck now. Uh, the restaurant's just kind of like a commissary kitchen right now,
Mhm.
but the truck is going strong, and now we're trying to get this hot sauce out. So thank you for having us, man. Thank
Okay.
you for having me.
Yeah, thank you. Well, I guess we can tap in to the first wing here.
Yeah.
So, sriracha. Everybody knows sriracha.
Mm. Still a nostalgic flavor.
Classic sauce.
Mm-hmm.
Can't really go wrong there.
Yep. It's like the ketchup of Asian foods.
Hmm.
I think.
People have them like in their bag,
Oh
carrying it
yeah,
around.
and
So,
carried it everywhere.
but now there's like a shortage. So
That's right.
it's like
That's why it's perfect timing to get some hot sauce made, guys. Anyone who wants to hop on, just make some hot sauce.
Okay, so that one wasn't too bad. I can keep going. So what like you said you started the restaurant, the food truck in 2011. Like, what were you doing before, and then
Oh
what like
man,
inspired you to get into it?
bringing me back. Okay, so before that, I was working at Xerox as a technician, and it was nice. I had a really good schedule, um, but I was a contractor, so it wasn't gonna last that long. At the same time, I also was a musician, so I had like my own band and our own R&B group and all that. And then we're pursuing music. But then I also had a girlfriend at the time, which is now my wife, Mel. Shout out to Mel.
Shout out, Mel.
And she had Darren. And so in my mind, I was like, man, I need to do something that will create some kind of revenue. So I sat down. I was actually at a work source meeting, and I sat down and I was trying to pay attention to what they were trying to tell me to, like, get a job, but for some reason I just couldn't pay attention. Maybe it's my ADHD or something.
Hmm.
And I just couldn't pay attention, so I just, like, I put my head down. I just started praying for some reason, and then I heard this, like, voice in my head, like, you should start a food truck. And back then, like, food trucks weren't popping.
Hmm.
And then I was like, oh, maybe that's a good idea. So, like, I looked through my phone book. I hit up my boy Rango, and he was able to introduce me to someone that had a food truck that was selling it. And then everything just kind of went, like moved along so smoothly. Like, I didn't have any money at all,
Wow.
but my auntie, she, like, a few months before that, she was like, Nate, I see that you love to cook. If you ever want to, get into it, let me know. I'll help you. And so, like, for me, and I'm sure for a lot of people, they're always like, no, I don't want to ask for help. But for some reason, I was like, you know what, I think I could do this. So I, like, believe that much in it. I asked my aunt, like, hey, can you help me fund
Hmm.
this truck? And then next day she wired me the money.
Wow.
I need a little bit more too. And so that's where Mel came into play.
Yeah.
I pretty much took Mel's life savings for the other remainder of it. And yeah, so that's what I was doing. I was doing music, and I was a technician. Um, and then now I'm still doing my thing.
Yeah. Well, you had like a higher calling or something told you you wanted to get into it, and
Yeah,
then
no, yeah, definitely.
you had the people to support you. So
Oh, thank you.
that's super cool,
Yeah.
man. Yeah, let's try the next one.
All
This is
right.
gochujang sauce,
Gochujang.
which is like a Korean
Mm-hmm.
pepper sauce,
Yeah.
really.
Mm.
Mm. It's a little spicier, you
Mm-hmm.
know. I can feel it a little bit in the.
Like it kind of coats your mouth a little more.
Mhm.
Not unbearable.
Doable,
We don't
but
need water yet.
not yet. I'm gonna try to make it all the way through.
All right.
We'll see about that though. Um, okay, while we're sweating this one out a little
Mm-hmm.
bit, like as an entrepreneur, um, you know, obviously sometimes things are great and sometimes there's like challenges that
Oh,
come along.
definitely. Yeah.
Um, like what is it that motivates you to keep going even when it might be like a slower time where business isn't always what you think it is.
Man, honestly, there's a lot that motivates me to keep going. Um, I mean, one thing that comes to mind, sound more of like a very personal note, is my dad.
Mm-hmm.
He came here pretty much from the Philippines. He moved to Africa, which is
Wow.
where I was born.
Oh,
I was
wow.
born in Africa in Zambia, and he petitioned himself and he waited 17 years to come here to America. And so when those 17 years came up, he was able to bring, his family to America. And then just hearing his stories, like his hardships, whenever his truck would break down, because he was a supervisor for a mining company, and they'd go like out in the forest, like the Amazons, pretty much.
Wow.
And so he'd tell me stories of when his truck would break down, and he just had to be resourceful, and just not give up. And so all that hard work that he put into to his passion, which was his family, pretty much, he was able to bring us here and give us the opportunity. So that's why whenever my truck breaks down, or something at the restaurant goes bad, or like just something malfunctioning, like I look back at that and I'm like, you know what, like my parents didn't work that hard for us not to be here and not do something about it.
Yeah.
And so that's more of a in-depth
Yeah.
of how I think of, like, when my truck breaks down and I don't know what to do. I'm like, okay, I got to get my hands dirty,
Yeah.
got to fix this engine or whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's the core of it for sure.
Okay. Yeah, you can draw upon what your family went through to get here
Oh,
to get you through
definitely.
like
Yeah.
some of the everyday struggles don't seem as big
Yeah, yeah,
anymore.
yeah. Oh, for sure.
Okay, cool. Well, this third one I can't remember what the sauce was.
I think it's like a habanero garlic
Habanero
sauce.
garlic sauce.
Yeah.
Okay, we're spicing it up a little more.
Mm.
Flavors there are definitely feel it a little more.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to make
It's
sure I
getting
remember
around.
the questions that I was
I'm
going to
trying
ask
not to
you.
sneeze.
Hey, that one's pretty good, but there's a kick in that one.
Oh yeah.
So, yeah. What was I going to ask you, man? You have the food truck for over 10 years. It sounds like, and I'm sure you've done a lot of pretty cool stuff.
Oh yeah.
Is there any
Definitely.
one like event or maybe experience that's super memorable to you?
Yeah, for sure. Well, I'll tell you two. So one that comes to mind was when we first started. We started back in Sumner, and we're at this like little gas station kind of thing.
Oh, okay.
And it wasn't really. It was good, but it was just pretty slow. And then we came up to Kent for like our very first event, and it was over across the street from the Showwear Center.
Okay.
I think they're having like some CrossFit competition kind of thing,
Mm-hmm.
and they invited us out. We parked across the street, and just the love that we got from that, like so many people came up. That's actually the first time I met Marcus Trufant.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so him and his wife came to our truck that day, and and that was when like the Seahawks were like
Mm-hmm.
just starting their thing.
Yeah. Super
And
Bowl run.
yeah, and then they came up to order, and we were all in the truck. And we're like, hey, that's Marcus Trufant. Oh my god, you know, like it was so dope to like just see like a local celebrity come
Hmm.
up to the truck and like love our food. You know what I mean? And then from there, we just kept doing our thing. And actually, Trufant is still in touch with us till this day. Like we
Wow.
still do events at his house and
Okay.
stuff like that. So it's been a great experience throughout all the years. But the most memorable one was this past summer. Lumen Field actually called us out to go do the Taylor Swift concert,
Wow.
and
That was
there
probably
was
crazy.
only like 4 trucks that they brought out, and there was like we're in the parking lot. There was over 20,000 people, and it was Saturday and Sunday,
Wow.
and so you could just like imagine like the energy,
Hmm.
like the vibe, like everybody was singing her songs even while they were standing in line, and like everybody was just so happy,
That's
and
cool.
they were like giving me bracelets and all that stuff.
You got to hear Taylor Swift live too, then.
Yeah, we did from the outside, but it
Yeah.
was still amazing. No, but it was a really great experience. Just
Yeah.
we love serving. Like that's the heart of everything, and just being able to serve so many people in that amount of time. It's like, oh man, like it's an amazing achievement. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? It's something great to look back at.
Okay, man. Yeah, those sound pretty fun.
Oh yeah, no, you should come on with us sometime, bro.
I
Yeah,
need to. I need
it'll
to.
be dope.
You can hide me in the back of the truck or something. All right. Well, this is the one I've been waiting for. This is the Big Boys
Big Boys
habanero
habanero hot sauce.
habanero
Yep.
hot sauce. So
It's not. I don't know. You let me know what you think.
okay.
All right.
Hmm. Got going for a second bite.
Mm.
It's good. I like it. It's a little tangy.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's a little bit sweet too. Spicy, but it's tolerable. Again,
Yeah.
I could see that taking over the sriracha craze.
Hopefully,
Next
yeah.
big thing
We're
right
shooting
here.
for it. We're shooting for it, little by little.
Yeah. Well, I know you said like Filipino like fusion food. That's kind of where you got started.
Yeah.
What was like the inspiration for this sauce in particular?
Okay. So for the sauces, um, again, is my dad.
Yeah.
I mean, my dad influenced me so much. He actually taught me how to cook my first egg, like when I was a
I
little
need to get
boy.
another bite of this one.
Yeah, go for it. But when we're in the Philippines, where you go around to all the different food stands, and everybody has sauce,
Hmm.
a special sauce or whatever. And he just told me, he's like, Nate, like you need to have sauce. You need to have a sauce for your food, because everything is better with sauce. And at that time, I was just so busy, doing the truck and shop and all these other things. I was like, man, I don't got no time to make sauce. But then, like once that kind of sunk in, I was like, you know what? Like I should dabble into this and see what we can make. And so yeah, that was the inspiration. I didn't want to make just like a random like barbecue sauce or whatever. And like I love heat too, and
Mhm.
like we all need a little bit of heat nowadays. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
So that was the inspiration, man. It was like everything tastes better with sauce. You gotta put some sauce on it,
Yeah.
elevate the flavor. Yeah.
Well, it's really good. Everybody watching this, you got to try it. You can see like a little bit
Oh
of sweat
man,
coming
I
in.
know.
The water, I'm just pretending. I'm waiting for it to go away, but that's a good one. And now the last one, you kind of warned me about it.
Hmm.
Something really hot. So can you tell me that one again?
Yeah, this is like it's like a oil based sauce,
Okay.
but it's called a capsaicin sauce. It's
Capsaicin.
a Korean capsaicin sauce, and it's like pretty much like the concentrated version of like heat. So it's like one of those things that you gotta put with other condiments, you
Okay.
know.
Usually mixing it with something
Yeah,
else.
but we
Okay.
didn't do that on this one,
Yeah, we're
so
just going for it.
we're going for it,
All
man.
right. All right. Mm-hmm.
Mm.
It's kind of like a like a delayed one.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't feel it at first, but the more I chew it and swallow it, you can feel it, man. You can
Yeah.
feel it. I'm sweating in here, so that's a real that's a real hot right there.
Yeah. So yeah,
Man,
I've been dabbling with that too, to bring it into some of our sauces, and I didn't put it in this one yet, but
coming up
yeah,
soon.
coming up soon.
Okay. Well, where can people like if they want to try your food? Where do they usually go to find you? Where can they get your sauce at?
Well, so right now we're doing a lot of private events. Um, so it's kind of hard to like,
Or
find
if they
us.
want to book you?
Yeah, we do a lot of private events. So if you want to book us, you could just email us at I want some big boys at gmail.com, or you go on our website, I want some bigboys.com, and then we'll personally come serve you. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Oh,
Yeah, I need to get you at some of my thing, and I'm cracking. I'm getting the
it's
water
all
now.
good. Make it happen. Make it happen.
Okay.
I've been practicing, so I've been like eating all these hot sauces. So
Yeah, and then I know right now the restaurant's not really. It's more like home base for you, but initially when you opened up Big Boys, like the brick and mortar one,
yeah,
why did you decide Kent was where you wanted to be?
honestly, it was more of a like a convenience kind of
Hmm.
thing because we do a lot of our shopping in this area, and so our restaurant is like in the middle of everything that we need. Like
Okay.
we have the shopping place, and then we have gas and propane, and it's just all centralized. You know what I mean? So it's just easier for us. It was easier for us to kind of like navigate through everything, and yeah, that's why Kent. That's why we chose Kent initially. But what we didn't know was just like how much the community, like kind
Hmm.
of like they love to come together and support.
Hmm.
So we love Kent. We actually just bought a house here in Kent 2 years ago, and yeah, the area is cool, man. It's
Yeah.
been amazing.
Well, I think everybody recognizes Big Boys when they're coming through, but man, the sauces are great. Like I really appreciate you pulling up and
Oh yeah, no
sharing
worries.
that with me, and yeah. Anything else you want to tell the people before we end this?
Um, well, honestly, I just want to thank you,
Mm.
Alex, first of all, for inviting us out. I know it took a while to get our schedules
Oh,
cleared
it's all
out,
good.
and I remember, like I was saying earlier, I remember when we had first met, and you were telling me how you wanted to get into real estate, and and your fears about it and all this stuff, and but how passionate you were about it. And then after we left from that little vacation, I saw you doing your thing. I saw you, selling the houses. Now you're starting your YouTube channel, and just seeing the progression that you've made from that time
Mhm.
is super inspiring, man. I just, I want to. The reason why I'm telling this story is because like just seeing someone start from the ground up and just keeping on going, even when all of the hardships come, and you just choose to still stay positive and move forward. Like it really does something to other people, and it did a lot to me. Like just seeing how you're doing your thing, it motivates me to keep doing my thing too. So it's a great thing that you're doing. So hopefully that story that I'm sharing with you guys resonates with you, and it helps you to motivate yourself and move forward. Like we all have dreams, we all have visions, and those don't come out of nowhere. If it's in your heart, you should definitely try to push through and figure out a way to do it. Don't stay stuck.
Yeah.
We're not meant to be stuck here. So
Yeah.
just do something with your life. Do something amazing. Everybody's called to do something.
Yeah. Man, I appreciate you, man. That's that really it's cool that you were inspired by
Yeah, bro. Of
somebody like
course.
me. So we're inspired by you, man. Everybody make sure you hit up Nate if you got an event coming, you want to try some spice up your life, sauce up your life, and then always if you need some real estate advice or whatever, hit me up. But Nate,
Yes.
I appreciate you,
Of
man.
course, of course.
All
Thank you.
right.
Likewise.
Yeah. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you, guys.